All right, we do a lot of talking about EVs, electric vehicles. We hear about Tesla's plans to sort of offer big incentives to get people buying these things so they can boost their market share. They might succeed at that, but virtually all the other EV players and a lot of the car salesmen are saying they're having a devil of a time selling these puppies. They don't know if it's going to change the dynamic for EVs, not only the rest of the year, but even into next year. Mike Caudill is an auto expert extraordinaire on all of this out of Nashville. What do you make of this, Mike? I know, in this segment, Tesla rules and is doing quite well, and it might nab some more market share with these incentives and all, but by and large, it's like a big old slowdown, if not a reverse in the enthusiasm. What's happening?
Well, you're right, Neil, and thanks for having me on. You're right. There's a little bit of a slowdown right now. Obviously, gas prices are starting to come down, and with interest rates high, people demand when it comes to vehicles is starting to slow a little bit. But in regards to the EV world, Ford Motor Company just posted their results are up 43%. The industry as a whole is up 8.8%, and the biggest apprehension from consumers right now is less about the cars and more about the infrastructure. So with Flying J and Pilot making their big announcement here over the last week in regards to their charging stations, they've now opened up 17 across the country. They will have 25 up by the end of this month, and what that means is there will be more than 100 stations for you to now pull your EV into. But the slowing market has to do with demand, and right now consumers, as we head into the holidays, they're starting to slow their purchase power when it comes to EVs.
Now, the price of these on average have been coming down, to your point, and you were ahead of that curve, but it's not enough, obviously, to get people to think better of them. And that, when the major auto giants are pushing back their own EV expansion plans, and a number of states that were once mandating this, they still are, but they're pushing that back as well. What's going on?
Yeah, they're pushing it back for a couple different reasons, and if you look at it from an infrastructure standpoint, when you think about the numbers as it relates to an electric vehicle, $50,000 was what the average price is. It is starting to drop, but consumers, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want luxury and they want range, and so right now the EVs are offering the luxury, but they haven't quite caught up with the range. So as we start to see more than 30 new vehicles hit the market here at the end of this month that are all electric, consumers are starting to gravitate towards them.
Wow.
But we're still another year and a half or 2 years out with questions still looming from consumers on how and when and if they will actually buy electric vehicles.
Mike, one thing I notice, and you're the expert, but as you know, I read a prompter, so I think I qualify, that I wonder whether hybrids are the future and whether Toyota's approach to this, where you get kind of the best of both worlds, and I know hybrids could vary, a plug-in with regular gas power or something else that mimics gas power, that might be the way to go, and it might provide the industry cover and something else they need, sales.
Neil, I'm glad you brought that up. Hybrid sales are up 75% last month, so month over month, wow. 75%, and that tells us that consumers, they want gas, they want range. They're willing to dip their toes into electrification, and that comes through hybrids. Toyota's Akio Toyota made a statement, their former chairman, saying that, look, for every single electric vehicle we make, I can make 50 hybrid vehicles and put them on the road in the market. It's an easy stepping stone for consumers to go from gas to hybrid, and the best part is you get a ton of range at an affordable price.
You're right about that. Mike, always good seeing you. Thank you so much. Mike Caudill.